around. I've got some information already queued up, ready to show people as soon as you come into the live. But prior to me doing that, I'm going to address some things from the last live in the comments section, because this is how drama gets started between creators. It's people who half-ass listen, go run half-cocked, and take and run stories and statements back and forth between creators to start drama and bullcrap. I guess because that's all y'all can do. Certain people, not everybody, please don't take it that way. Not even the majority. It's a minority, but that minority keeps creators at each other's throats. I didn't say that Dolly was lying, in my opinion. What I said was, let me turn this around so y'all can see me. Make sure I can be seen as well as heard. Please let me know you can see and hear me in my comments. That light is harsh. Let me see what I can do. Let's see. Okay, if I stand like this, it'll take care of that harsh halo it was creating. Let me know that I can be seen and heard, please. Anybody. Now, what I said was legacy mainstream media such as News Nation, MSNBC, ABC, those type of legacy media outlets, local stations with call letters and affiliates is what they're called. They did a hit piece, 2 separate hit pieces, where 4 YouTube creators, one was Mark the Shark, another one was Dolly, aka Jimmy. They called him by Jimmy. Another one was JLR, and I cannot remember the 4th one. I think it was Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet. He also did an interview with CNN yesterday. Okay? So what I said was, and people came in the middle, this is the problem. You come in 30 minutes in or 15 or 5 minutes in and don't rewind to get context. And clip channels do this too. They'll just take a clip. You know, I could be saying, I love chocolate, but not white chocolate. And it'll become out, Anita loves white chocolate. Because all they heard was, I love, but not white chocolate. White chocolate is mid. I heard that. Okay. But you get my point. What I said was there was a hit piece. Caught me. Okay, well, if your stepdad can get me pregnant with Asian triplets, tell him go for it. Leave it up there. Let people show their ignorance, mods. If it's not something, vile or disrespectful, and people gonna disrespect me, I put myself out there and give it the, I put myself out there for the world, to come at. But people in the comment section did not. So if anybody is rude or disrespectful to someone else in the comment section, first time them out and then send them to the party. Heaven or Hades. Now, what I'm saying is there was a hit piece done. There's been several. And they keep highlighting JLR and the pizza delivery incident and Dolly and the hit and run. And saying that they gave misinformation and that they're messing up crime scenes. But what they're not highlighting is Ashley Banfield is the one who came out and said the brother-in-law did this, that, and the third and didn't walk it back. Does your mama smoke crack? Didn't walk it back. His cousin like a sailor. Okay? And then you seen a UAP. Well, you better hide. They might be coming back. Yeah, your mama's a Batman. Anyway, and didn't walk it back. Then a local news station reported that they were told by the sheriff's department that they were focused on a home invasion gone wrong. the FBI and Sheriff's Department put statements out and came out and said, no, this is not true. We didn't tell them that. Okay? All of that is legacy media. But they're doing hit pieces and blaming it on, like JLR and Dolly. Now, what I said was, I asked if Dolly had came out. My screen went black. Of course, I lost that. I wanted to pull it back up. Anyway, what I asked was, I was in the live stream when Dolly came upon the scene. Police were already there. And he said the guy looked like he had been pew-pewed in the cranium. That wasn't his exact words. I'm paraphrasing. That means I'm putting my own words in because I don't remember exactly what he said. He said, what I recall is they told him, and we heard them say it was part of the Guthrie scene and that it was attached, right? Then he said that guy surely ain't gonna make it to court, right? That it looked like he took a pew-pew to the head. And that the media was putting that in with the pizza incident from JLR and saying misrepresentation, that they were saying Dolly lied. You can look at it that way because he did say it looked like a pew-pew, and in his opinion, that's what it looked like. And in my opinion and interpretation of the First Amendment, he has the right to say his opinion. Whether I agree with it or not doesn't matter. See, that's where we got it all screwed up here in America. It don't matter if we agree with what's being said. We need to agree with the right to say it. Okay? That part. Let's get that part straight. Because people don't seem to understand what matters. And that light's driving me batshit crazy, so hold on. And if YouTube times you out or you say something that YouTube don't like, just know that we don't have control over that. I do. But to clarify for all the trolly folks out there, if I can just get my computer screen to come back up. I'm going to turn it off and back on. It does this ever since I dropped it. Anyway. Wait, so you agree with gay pride things? I agree with the right to say it. See, that's what, let me say this. I'm not saying what I agree with. Listen, okay. Woosah. Reading comprehension and listening comprehension are very important. We've lost that here in America. We need to get it back, okay? Everybody in the United States has the same rights, in my opinion. And that's our Constitution. That's our Bill of Rights. The First Amendment is the right to free speech of every American citizen. If you are an American and you are in America, I believe you have the right to think and say what you want. Sorry if it offends somebody. I'm a Gen Xer. Let me explain to you. I am one of the original latchkey kids. We were washing dishes and cooking and sweeping and mopping before millennials can do 2 + 2. We were getting off the bus in 2nd grade and unlocking the door and coming in and fixing our supper and doing our homework and maybe getting to watch 1 of 3, or if we were real lucky, 4 channels. There you go. With the right to freedom of speech. Amen. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter if I agree with it. Unfortunately, the KKK, if they're American citizens, they got the right to speak their bullshit. And I have the right to say I think it's bullshit. Isn't that great, y'all? Think of it like that. Anybody that you don't agree with has the right to have that opinion and that thought process, and you have the right to tell them they're a fucktard. Isn't that great? Now, if his computer will just come back up, it'd be awesome. I'm going to try to, I don't know what to do. Look, this is what I get. I've turned it off and back on. See the cursor? It looks like I'm in MS-DOS. Oh, and it's stuck now. The cursor's stuck up here. There, see? Y'all see it moving? Oh, I got screen movement. I got screen movement. I remember MTV, yes. I am a true Gen Xer. Fuck you and crying about the good old days. How about that? If you come in here and you address me with some bullshit attitude, you're gonna get what you give. Understand that. Because, and let me explain something. To Gen Xers, this is truly how we feel. I'm gonna help y'all. If you were born in Generation X, you're 1965 to 1980. When it comes to the alphabet rainbow, we don't care who you love or who you marry. It don't bother us one way or the other. If it doesn't affect our salary, our physical well-being, or those we love, we're not worried about it. Okay? Your mama's Methany, bitch. How about that? We are not stressing it nor worried about it, okay? No, I love and support my fellow Americans first. Let me explain to you my way of looking at it. Okay, let's do it this way real quick. The person that asked me if I love and respect Israel, do you love and respect me? I'm homeless and I'm broke and hungry. I've got Chime, CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo. And you have no food in your house and $10. You sending me your $10 or you gonna feed your family first? Just a question. Just a question. I love and support everybody. See, that's the thing people don't understand. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your religion is. And that's most of my generation. We like what we like. We had, oh, my battery's dying. We had to get on a bicycle, a scooter, a razor, our 2 feet, we call Fred and Joe. We had to get on them and walk our ass or ride our ass to our friend's house so we could go play. That's how we was brought up. We had to be in by the time I'm getting the plugged up for the laptop, y'all. We had to be in by the time the street lights got out. Or guess what? We got our asses beat. You're sending, well, what? I know, I didn't ask you about Israel. I asked you, I'm trying to help you understand my point of view on not just Israel, but anything. I told you I'm hungry and I have no food, and I live in the country with you. You don't have no food either. Are you spending that $10 to feed me or to feed you? Are you going to send half to me and half to you? Just a question. Is your mama male or female? Well, that's up to you. I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know enough about Gaza and the Israelis and the Persian disagreement to weigh in on an opinion. And that's my honest to God real thoughts. I don't know enough background on it. I do know that from my understanding, it's supposed to be a refugee camp where they're at, but they've literally had children and grandchildren while being in the same refugee camp. At what point does it turn into that's where you live? I mean, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I don't have enough background and understanding. Real talk. I honestly, I don't think that any law enforcement should have abject immunity. I don't think anybody should be able to walk down the streets of this or any other country and have total immunity and be able to do what they want to do and not have to worry about repercussions. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to throw this laptop. It just went black on me again when I plugged it up to the power source. Lord have mercy. There's some things I don't feel educated enough to give a public opinion. And that's the reality. that's as real and as honest as I can be. Your mama's a methed out crackhead bitch. How about that? If you want to put a comment like that in my chat, then be prepared to get disrespected. You're going to disrespect me, I'm going to give you what you give me on that one. Plain and simple. If you don't like it, then go somewhere else. Nobody is holding a gun to your head and making you watch my channel. You can't tell me that. How do you like that? Okay, I don't know what you say because YouTube held it, stupid. Anyway, hopefully this is powering up. If my mods that are in here, rather than worrying about the trolls and the agitators, if y'all would do me a favor by running my Cash App, my PayPal, my Venmo, and my Chime, I'd be greatly appreciated it. Yak Bull, thank you for your $1. Greatly appreciated. I'm trying to figure out how I was able to heart it. I don't know how to do that. My occupation, right now, my occupation is being homeless and struggling to live on the streets and figure it out at the age of almost 54. I do have faith in Jesus. If I didn't have that mustard seed, I wouldn't be alive. I'm in a motorhome. This is my RV, what's left of it. It's not letting you post them or... You should be able to just type the $ and Jiggyduchess. That's Cash App. I can't type it in. Let me see. Hold on. I got you. I might be able to do it. Thank you for liking and subscribing, Yak. Mary Jane. Yes. I could go right now and give plasma. Y'all want to see this? Look here. See these? See these? Look at these pretty veins. Look at them. Look at them. Got them everywhere. Ain't never seen a needle. I don't even have a tattoo because I'm scared of needles. Hello. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, let's see. Give me just a second. And I'll see what I can do. Amen. Praise God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the mustard seed of faith. I believe without Jesus, after the loss of my mom, my son, his father, my stepdad, my dog, and my pawpaw, and my home of over 30 years, and surviving Helene, I sure wouldn't be here. I don't know. Well, you know more about math than I do, apparently. How about that? Okay, babe, I'm trying to help you as best I can. Take your time, darling. You are a nasty bitch, Derek. My son had brain cancer, and that's a horrible thing for you to say. Thank you. I appreciate that, old road. And God bless you. North Carolina. I know about algebra as well, but somebody knows a lot more about that math and them amphetamine things than I do to tell me how you use it. Hell, I don't know. I don't want to use it. I prefer to stay away from it. And people that are on it, to be honest with you. I'm reconnecting to the internet. I had to do a hard reboot on the computer. Do I believe in Native Americans? And yes, I do. I support. Looking for the shirt so I can show you. I support. You need to look at my content about the Native Americans, especially those here in North Carolina and Oklahoma, the Cherokee. I highly support them. Okay. I'm getting this up. Okay. I'll pray for your niece. And God does got me. Okay. Let me see if I can't help Miss Justice out real quick. If YouTube will allow me. I'm trying. For some reason when you're on your phone going live, it won't let me comment. I have to go to another source. So I'm trying, let's see if I can do it from here. View my channel. I'm going to have to open the live and mute it so that the volume. Okay. All right, that way we're not echoing. Ashley got it one in before I could. I was trying. The chime is also, here, I'll do chime. Just so I can say I did something, y'all. Space. Y'all laugh at how slow I type, which is why I said I ain't got no problem giving time. Because I'm slow. And then we're going to go to what I want to discuss. Those of you that don't know, I do have college education, okay? I double majored. I know it may seem like I didn't. Hold on. Let me do that first and see if it works. See if it allowed me to put a comment in my own. Hey, it let me, y'all. Yay. Okay. I am. Oh my God. Seeing myself was not fun. Okay. Now I'll open back up to that tab. Just before I play this and give you some commentary, I want everybody to know where I'm coming from and why I think I have a particular set of insight and skills that I can add to this conversation. My matriculation at two different colleges, one was at a technical community college and one was at a very highly accredited community college. Its nursing program and law enforcement programs were two of the best in the U.S. and in the top 3 consistently for 12 years straight on the East Coast. That being said, I went to school and I had a double major. I had business management with a concentration in marketing and retail sales and business computer programming. And possibly back in the days of Windows 98 and Apple programs operating system being Mac 10.5, 10, and some parts of 11 when it first hit the screens. Those operating systems were the last ones that didn't give remote access to Google, to Apple, to whoever created your operating system. You may not know what remote access means, but no, I type slow as hell. I hook it, peck and hunt. I was using stuff like RPG-1, RPG-2, COBOL, Pascal, Scientific Atlanta. Those are all programming languages that pretty much are extinct. Sometimes RPG and COBOL will be used in some payroll and some business settings in factories still. Your mama can't keep a job, okay? I can't. Doesn't that tell you something? That the college institution and that degree is a lie. Doesn't mean you're getting anywhere. You just kind of made my point for me on that one. But anyway, I digress. I will address something too. So one person said, why don't you blow your nose on camera? Or why don't you blow your nose and quit wiping at it, right? That was the comments on this last video. Now, how'd that work out for you on the basketball? Anyway, for the one that said, why didn't I blow my nose in the video before that? I blew my nose And I was talk crap because I blew my nose and it was disgusting. Not blowing my nose is disgusting. Blowing my nose isn't disgusting. Just like our friend Pine, this guy 4043 or whatever, her comment on my last live stream was that everybody is personally invested in my life and what's going on with me. So they don't want to hear anything that I have to say on what's going on in the comments. By the way, there were several replies telling her to shut her mouth, and that's not how they felt. That being said, my point is, no matter what I do, those that want to troll, those that want to be assholes, those that are having a bad day, they're taking it out and they're going to make a comment. It is what it is. I smoke what? Indoors. I don't know what that means. But there has been a fire. I still have fire damage on the ceiling and the walls that I'm still trying to get off. And it ends up transferring to my hands. I've been almost a week now. My right eyebrow stopped loading. Well, ain't that crazy? Sorry, it's called being old and having gray hairs. Your mama's going on. Okay, so if anybody would like to help support the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. And we're going to watch a clip where they're going to talk about some Google data that's been retrieved, and I'm going to translate what they're saying into very layman's terms to where everybody can understand. What? Peace be upon you. Tomorrow is Ramadan for Muslims and for you as well. You know, peace be upon you as well. And I think everybody should have the right to believe in whatever religion they want and worship however they choose, as long as it's not hurting someone else. Thank you, Yak Bull. So everybody can understand. Let's see. I just learned how to heart comments, y'all. I'm learning. Yes, I do believe that Jesus is my Lord, and I do believe in love for everyone. Okay, guys, so we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case and some information that came out. I just gave you guys background information on my educational background. And what I was saying before I got left by the comments was there used to be a group that was loosely organized with the agenda of showing our government that they were susceptible to outside hackers from other countries. It used to be like late 90s, early 2000s. It was easier to hack into the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, than it was Visa or MasterCard, allegedly. So I've been told in interviews and such. I hope they find that poor woman as well. And there was Anonymous and several other groups that loosely took credit for things that were done, that pointed out problems that the United States government had in security. No, your mama needs to poop. I just took one. Thank you for asking, though. I know what an IP address is. I know how to find it. I know what certain information is, and I know what they're saying. I did go to school. I do have an education, and I would like to point out some things that they're not saying on the news media and maybe help all of us together as a group be able to understand. I'm going to turn the camera around. Hopefully the audio and the video will be up there. You guys can let me know. I'll be able to see the chat. And I'll be able to make adjustments as necessary. And like I said, if anyone would like to help support the channel, I'm trying to raise $12 so I can take my grandson to McDonald's tomorrow. Be the first time that I've got to see him in about a month and a half and spend time with him. And while he still thinks grandma's cool, I would like to. He still thinks it's cool that grandma knows what 6'7" means. Go figure. If not, still enjoy the show because we're going to do the same, you know? Getting to it right now. Thank you. Yeah, I am. And it would just be nice to be able to forget about it for one day and spend it with little man who don't judge me and who's just happy to be with his needy and thinks she's cool. I don't know that I have a whole lot, you know, of time left on this earth, and I would like to spend as much of it with him as I can while I have it. That's all. All right, you guys. And please give a shout out and some love in the chat for the mods. I'm going to turn the camera around and get on with the program. I'm going to blow my nose for those of y'all. That's why I'm going to turn the camera around. Love you back, Tracy. Oh, let's see. Let's get y'all where you can see and hear this. This is going to be from the Megyn Kelly show a couple hours ago. She had the best look at the documents. It's not, what we're going to be looking at is not going to be her thoughts and opinions. What we're going to be looking at and listening to is her reading of the press statement from Google and the FBI and the Sheriff's Department. That's all. Oh, and from what I've been told, if I was using the substances the way y'all was saying I do, I wouldn't have just blew my nose. Just so people know. And I did take the privacy and respect for myself of doing it off camera, if that's okay. But I let y'all hear it so I can't be called a liar and criticized. But I'm sure they'll find a way to do it no matter what. Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's not going to be the best video quality. Let me get it set where it won't be, you know. But I kind of have to do it this way so that I can't be copyright stricken.
As we're discussing the possibility,
let me know if you can hear
the sheriff's statement of targeted kidnapping and the possibility that somebody understanding, I mean, it could have just been about Nancy Guthrie, but the odds are it has something to do with the rich daughter. I mean, I think that's probably the smarter bet. Fox News reporting, this is the headline, internet user, they don't know who, searched for Nancy Guthrie's address and daughter's salary before.
Okay, real quick. So, it said internet user. They don't know who. It's not going to have a name, okay? But know this. Google is saying, and y'all might want to think of this for your own personal reasons as well. Because that's one of the things I want y'all to hear. Even if you're not interested in the Nancy Guthrie case, let me put this second. Even if you're not interested in, you know, Google search on any kind of laptop, computer, tablet, or cell phone, or any other device similar to. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I lost Wi-Fi connection for a moment. I should be back. Let me know when y'all see me back on screen. I apologize. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. Your mama's whacked out. Let her stay. Let people show their ignorance and their lack of courtesy and respect for people. This, even if you're not interested in the Nancy Guthrie case, and thank you to Barbara for your Cash App donation. I can only get $2 more Cash App, just so you know. Cash App is giving me some issues. I'm arguing with them about they owe me some money they've been holding. If you can't hear me, you may have to go out and come back in. So, here's what I'm trying to get across to you. Even if you're not interested in the Nancy Guthrie case, what they're talking about here should be highly interesting to everyone in the world. One person, and they're going to break it down. Videos and maps and pictures one day. Another day, written directions. Another day, a salary. If you can't hear me, go out and come back in. Can anybody else not hear me? Somebody tell her in the chat she's going to have to exit and re-enter. It happens a lot on YouTube, and they've been working on it. Here's what I'm trying my best to get across to folks. They're about to tell us how on this day at this time, one person searched Nancy Guthrie's address. And how another day at this time, one person searched Savannah's income. And how another day, one person, one time, searched for maps and pictures. Do you not think that they can do that with your searches? Why did I just lose Wi-Fi and get disabled when I was trying to tell you we should pay attention to this because we're in 1984. George Orwell's Big Brother is watching at all times. They know every keystroke. They know everything you're doing. And they can. And they have been able to. Windows 98 was the last Windows operating system that did not give them that ability. When they rolled out Millennium and 2000 and all that, remote access. Google, Windows, Apple, they own that software. They own that hardware. Everything that you're using, they have access to. Everything. Everything. Do you know that in the 50s, they were already using the internet, our government was? Do you know, like USAID, there were other companies? When the tech boom happened in Silicon Valley, Facebook, Google, all of that, it was CIA funded. Oh, they were getting all kinds of grants and donation money from private sources. Those were agencies just like USAID that were set up to fund that so it could be used as a military science. We didn't get it until the 80s. In 30 years, what do you think they did? If somebody will let anybody that says they can't hear me know to go out and come back in, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Justice. Yes. Why do you think that when our government told Facebook what that they could during the fungalitis, during the confinement, why do you think that Facebook bowed down to the U.S. government on what they could allow people to post on their platform and what they couldn't? Just why? I'm just wondering. Anybody Have a clue why? Or just a thought process? Amen, it is evil. But you need to understand that just like they can use this technology, and they didn't want to tell us this. Do y'all think that they wanted to put it out for the world to know that they can? Let's listen to the rest of this and see. Do you really think they wanted this out there? And this ain't me. This is me. I'm playing it for you.
Or today, host's mother vanished. This is literally breaking after the discussion we just had. It's crazy. I don't know how you can tell this. Fox News is citing Google Trends. An internet user appears to have searched for Nancy Guthrie's home address in the weeks prior to her suspected abduction. Google Trends shows. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual seen. They're talking about the guy, 5'9".
Also, remember that when they're talking about ring cam footage that they wanted from the neighbors back till January 1st through January 11th. Remember, they specifically asked for January 11th when you're listening to this. And see what she says about that date. If Google Trends compiles this data and has it available for each and every individual to search and see, what do you think the FBI and the Department of Justice can do? Just a question for those in the back, asking for a friend.
And 5'10" with the Ozark Trail hiker backpack. Other identifying items. Hold on, read more.
You'll see that she's just reading what her producer sent her.
Fox News Digital has learned that mysterious Google searches for Nancy's address and Savannah's salary occurred before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly where the search came from. The address...
Did y'all hear that? In 2025 in June, one person did one search, and that person was in Arizona. Let that marinate. They're doing that. They're compiling that data. And the FBI, the news media, is going back and look at that. Do y'all think the FBI doesn't have it? Do y'all think the FBI can't get the IP address? If Google Trends can narrow it down to one person and tell you that person was out of Arizona, do you think they can't find where that computer was located and what the IP address is? Makes you wonder, why did they pick specific houses in the past, 7 days that they just randomly, we thought, raided? Let's finish. And it's not meaningless.
This was searched again once on January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that...
Did you hear what she just said? Directions, picture, video, and the money that Savannah makes salary-wise was searched on January the 11th. And then they're asking for neighbors. Hold up. Oh, I hate this camera. Then they're also asking for neighbors' cameras, Nest cameras, Ring doorbells, etc. Specifically, January 11th was first. Then they asked all the way back to January 1st. But originally they asked on January the 11th. Do you think, for one instant, what they're thinking? In my opinion, I believe, they believe that the individual or individuals who we saw on the camera on Nancy's front doorstep the night she went missing were the persons doing that searches. Or know the persons. They had to be at that residence. They had to be at that particular IP address. And I figure that January the 11th, they got written directions, they got pictures, and they got maps, right? According to Google. That means that they think that that night they did a drive-by. And then most likely, when they did a drive-by case in the joint, that they didn't wear masks that night. And hopefully, maybe they were speeding when they went near that Exxon station. You know, where those cameras are that take a picture of your tag and your driver's face. Just saying. It only takes one little link to fill it all in. I like Journey as well, Pie. It does seem like a crime show plot. And I think it's really interesting given the information that's came out, you know, in Savannah's book in 2024. Oh, yes, the identification that's going to be on all our phones eventually. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what I'm talking about is not conspiracy theory. It's not nowhere in the realm of conspiracy theory. This is actual, you know, documented data compilation. It's been going on. Just like in the Charlie Kirk case. You know, they were talking about prior to his case, the doctor, the ME, and all that. That was Google Trends as well. If you, and where does Google Trends get that search information? When, I'll show you. Let's do it right here. Let me show you where Google Trends is getting this information. I'm going to hit the plus. Do you see this right here? That search bar. When you type into that search bar and you're on Google, like right here, Google. Let's just type Google. G-O. See, Google. When you go to Google and you type something in the search bar, and hit enter, there is just a search history for my IP address for me searching the word search on today's date at 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time. They're not telling us they have a suspect. We're talking about the information that they have. See, here's your problem. Everybody, this is not an episode of Law and Order. This is not a real, you know, like the Real Housewives or something. This is a real actual crime. And this is how it works. It'll take a while. I believe they've already searched that IP address. They're not, and here's something that they're not releasing. We're going to listen to the rest of the statement about everything they searched for and the dates they did it. I want y'all to listen for one thing specific and in particular that we're not hearing. They never once will tell us in the statement. They will never once tell us in the statement from the authorities if it's the same IP address doing all these searches or if it's different IP addresses. A lot of people, and I'm going to put y'all up on game, a lot of y'all were going to think you can go to McDonald's or Walmart or somewhere and use their open Wi-Fi, that your IP address will get lost in the mix or they can't pick you out because it's open source Wi-Fi. Wrong, 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 wrong. Actually, that's easier because you can't use a VPN when you're on those, and you can't use certain types of encryption and software because they're set up to where you have to go to that page like to log in and sign in to use it the same way as if you're going to the public library. And when you go through those terms, y'all should read those actual terms of service and the things that it tells you to agree to be able to freely use their Wi-Fi.
The sheriff's office is asking people to check their ring and creep. Date also surfaced in a message on the ring camera app to check their ring cameras for. This is getting creepy.
Let me hold on.
The sheriff's office is asking people to check their ring cameras for.
I'm going back a little further.
On January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that the sheriff's office is asking people to check their ring cameras for. This is getting creepy. The January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the ring camera app. This guy's in my head. Let's see. A Pima County Sheriff's Department captain replied to the post asking users to look for the verified post. Okay, Man questioned. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading live. Where's the part about him searching
free offense behavior? We talked about this.
Yep. Wait, stand by. My crack producers texted it to me. They can read faster than I can. There were two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three for you here.
She's lost the reading sauce.
There were also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address and.
Can I tell you something? Here's part of the reason people like Megan and Ashley and Brian and other national news agencies and. Okay, I should be back. Sorry, y'all. I lost Wi-Fi for just an instant. I apologized. But here's what I was going to say. It's not a guess. You might should rewind where I actually told you that I have an educational background that allows me to comment on this. Would you tell a law enforcement officer that's talking to you about what they can arrest somebody for that? Anyway, back to what I was saying, and I do apologize. I lost internet for a moment, and I will repeat it again. I went to college for business computer programming and business management with a concentration in marketing and retail sales, specifically using RPG, COBOL, and other forms of programming languages and technical issues with computers, being able to do searches, being able to write software, being able to take them apart and put them back together, setting programs that do the search parameters and then compile the data like Google Trends is what I went to college for. That being said, what I'm trying to get across to everyone is if they're able to do this search for Nancy's case, they can do it for your house, for you without you giving the thoughts and permission. They're doing it every day. Every time you go into Google and type a search, it's logged. And if somebody wants to say, who all typed for the word there on January the 18th, they can compile that data. They can get your IP address. How do you think that accounts get hacked? How do you think that a hacker is able to get information or steal your identity? It's loopholes. Anything they can do, the government can do. Period. What you will notice also is in that statement, they're not telling us were these different IP addresses or not. Because what I'm thinking we're going to find out is that unless, and I don't know that they'll tell us, but I believe that this individual that did the searches probably used a different computer every time. I'm thinking that this person that we saw on camera, first of all, that walked up on Nancy, why is everybody missing? They think that he grabbed the shrubs to block the camera. No. He tests them to see how strong and wiry they are. He needed something small enough to fit in between that little bracket to rip that camera off and take it with him, just like he did. Just like he did. That's what he got that shrubbery and branches to do. It was to remove that camera. Period. Real talk. Think about it. Go back and watch. If I can pull it up, the video, I'll look in my history and pull it up. Watch it with that thought in mind. Because it's been proven that the camera was removed and smashed. They didn't want to just not be seen because they could have used anything to cover the camera. They ripped that camera. Then, here's another thought. And I believed it. And I still believe it to a point. Everybody thinks that this perpetrator we saw on camera is a real bumbling idiot and that they're not a smart criminal. I disagree. They didn't do searches going all the way back to June of 2025 and be that stupid. Let's be real. And I've even seen Scott Rouse of the behavior panel. He's got a video where he says the person's an idiot. I don't think so. I think they're ignorant. And I think they're ignorant on how to commit physical crime. They've probably never done a breaking and entering into a house. But what I believe they have done before is financial and white-collar crime. That's why they didn't know how to plan it. They didn't know how to execute. You know what I mean? The physical part, the actual getting into Nancy's house without being on the camera and taking her out, they didn't know how to do. They had a problem being able to do that. But they knew to ask for Bitcoin. They knew how hard it is to trace. And it is hard. But there's been a lot of work done to make it easier to trace and a better currency, you know, with the WHO and everybody wanting to go to one currency worldwide. You know? I hear somebody walking outside. They're probably about to ask me to leave soon. So let's get this party started. I want to finish y'all hearing this. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. I'm going to let it play out. And then I'm going to give final commentary. And again, if somebody would like to help support the channel, I have raised $8 out of the 12. I really just need to raise $4 more so I can take my grandson tomorrow to McDonald's. It would be greatly appreciated. I hadn't seen him and got to spend time with him, and I feel like I'm being discriminated because I'm in an RV. Two places, my two people that I have in this world, my daughter and my grandson, and my daughter who's sick, and my grandson, and my best friend who just had a kitchen fire. Both of them live in MHA and HUD housing. And I am no longer allowed to park there. And with my daughter being ill, it's hard for her to be able to come and get me and take me back. And I've got this scheduled for tomorrow. Today we weren't able to make it happen, but it's scheduled and planned for tomorrow. At least please pray that I get to spend time with him and see him. And if anybody would like to help support it, would be greatly appreciated. Here we go.
To check their Ring cameras for. This is getting creepy. The January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the Ring camera app.
Let me see. I'm going to go back just a little further here. Okay.
Which came from. The address was searched again once on January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that the sheriff's office is asking people to check their Ring cameras. And creepy. The January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the Ring camera app. This guy's in my head. Let's see. A Pima County Sheriff's Department captain replied to the post asking users to look for the verified post. Okay, The man questioned. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading live. Where's the part
It's
about
a good
him
lead.
searching?
Pre-offense
Savannah's-
behavior. We talked about this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, stand by. My crack producers texted it to me. They can read faster than I can.
I'm gonna skip this
There were
part.
two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three for you here. Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One again, sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. Oh, Google image searches, guys. Google image
So they
searches in addition
started-
to like just typing in the Google search bar. Okay. Also,
They started searching for images and maps as early as between March 1st and March 8th of 2025. Remember that.
two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One was sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. The other was between November 30th and December 1st, 2025, specifically looking for images or a map of the home. In addition to the
Did you hear that? In March 2025 and November of 2025, the same individual, that's what was just said, you got into wording. The same individual, Google image and map searches specifically for that address and of that home. Continue.
address in the days leading up to Nancy's disappearance. In the days leading up to Nancy's disappearance,
Listen,
quote, Savannah Guthrie's salary was searched from Tucson sometime between December 13th and 20th.
between December 13th and 20th, someone in Tucson searched for Savannah's salary. Just keep paying attention.
For comparison, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, who grew up in New York City,
Here.
generated one search for Anderson Cooper's salary in the New York City area between March 29th and April 5th. Fox News' Sean Hannity also grew up in New York, and Sean Hannity's salary was searched once between May 3rd and 10th, 2025.
Yeah, we've been talking about this since the beginning. Victimology, about our victim, all the family members, friends of family
We're going to
members.
skip
But then
this.
going to the offender himself. What were they doing?
I want
weeks,
to read the
if not
statement.
in this particular case. And as we said earlier, and offense behavior includes this type of activity. And if anyone knows the person, and their computer.
Yes. What do you think, Will?
Well, I think this is an absolute treasure trove. I mean, as Fitz said, this is the advanced searchers to actually see a very useful bit of a lead.
Go watch the video, by the way.
I'm just trying to go through the timeline here. So you've got
You may find out that some of these people here that are on her show that are paid experts, they may tell you something similar to what I said. I have faith that they will. You know why? Because that's what they teach us in college. Same thing. Find out. Here we go. She's going to do a wrap up, I think. Is what she just said. I'm watching it with you right now.
November 30th, between November 30th and December 1st, someone.
Sorry, guys. It keeps booting me off. Let me hear. Okay. It keeps booting me off of the internet. I'm trying. Amen. Judge not, lest you be judged. Okay.
2 weeks before the kidnapping,
We're going to back up just a
on
tad.
March 1st.
So what y'all missed when I lost Wi-Fi, you won't miss. We'll start it back. Here we go.
They had also searched on June 21st, between the 21st and the 28th. So in the summer of 25, they searched for Nancy's address. Then again, 2 weeks before the kidnapping. On March 1st and 8th, between March 1st and 8th, they searched for images of Nancy's home. And then again on November 30th and December 1st. Again, now we're coming up to within 2 months of the kidnapping.
Yeah.
And then on December 13th, between December 13th and December 20th, somebody searched for Savannah's salary. Now, I will say this, as a news person, they often search for your salary.
Right.
Like, I've seen that because there's all sorts of speculation online about what my salary is, what all news persons' salary.
Amen. They do that for YouTubers as well. There's actually channels who do that for actors, actresses, musicians, news personalities, and YouTubers. They'll tell you what they make, and usually the estimates are way above what's the actual reality. But those sites do exist. I think It's not about the search for Savannah's salary, in my opinion, as much as it is the image, the maps, the directions, searches, and the repetitive nature. And it shows that this is something that somebody was at the very minimal thinking about or discussing for quite some time. It doesn't tell us whether it was an inside or an outside, but what it might do is allow the authorities to find the person. Because what you did was you left little fingerprints everywhere you went. Nothing, even if you have ghost software. And for those smartasses that think I don't know anything, do you know what ghost is? Ghost is what is used by the highest levels of the military, and they wipe a hard drive 3 times with ghost and override it and wipe it 3 times again before they accept it as being clean. That's protocol. Ghost is supposed to be the highest level that you can use to wipe a hard drive or to wipe digital data. The problem is it's never fully gone. Whether it's just an extension or a partial fingerprint, it's enough that you can find the little breadcrumbs that are left from those searches and find the person who actually did the keystroke on that keyboard. Because if you went to that internet cafe and you did the search and it goes back to that IP address, guess what they have? They have a camera system that shows your happy ass going to sit down and do that search. Most of them now require you to use an ID to sign in case you charge something to their account so that they can retrieve it. Usually a card, just like when you check in at a hotel or when you rent a car. It's very similar because data brokering and data usage has gotten huge, especially in larger cities. And I think that they were telling us that the area of Tucson it's like 900,000 or something. It's quite large. Okay, let's listen to this before we say goodbye and I wrap things up. By the way, I'll just show you that short by Brian Ensign and something else is reporting. And then I'll show y'all a clip real quick of the hit piece against Dolly and JLR and Mark the Shark. Gotcha.
Stories are, by the way, they're like incredibly off, like so off every time. They never get it. There's a whole video on YouTube about my lavish lifestyle. I'm like, oh, let's see, what do they have? Like literally nothing in there. It may not be as exciting as we think that they search for Savannah's salary because search for that and with us. Now we don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
If this searches come back to the same person, Maureen, and within 2 weeks of that, they were searching for images of Nancy's home. And within 3 weeks of that, they were searching for Nancy's address. Now, we don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask
but
you.
if this searches come back to the same person, Maureen.
Yeah,
wow.
I think if they can actually join the dots.
By the way, let me turn this around real quick. Oh, and I'll let y'all see me. Here's something else. As far as we knew out here in the wide world of sports, Nancy, in the last videos she was on and pictures that were taken and published of her, for the fans and those that watch Savannah and such, and that would have been looking into it, it looked like Nancy had a large black dog. So it would have took someone that knew her, at least to some extent, to know that the dog was actually Savannah's and not Nancy's, for the way it was portrayed to the world. It took digging for authorities and internet sleuths to even figure that out, to find it. And you had to dig into the book, and that's how they found out about the alleged kid not napping thing. You can ask questions. I don't see anybody typing anything at the moment, though. Don't forget, please support the channel. I only need to raise $4 more. It would be great. Through PayPal, Chime, or PayPal, Chime, or Venmo. If I get a mod to drop some links, it would be greatly appreciated. We're going to watch 2 other videos, and I'm going to wrap up for the night before I get thrown out. One is about polygraphs. Is there a reason that we don't know about for the sheriff coming out and saying that everyone in the family's been cleared? Let's look at what Brian Enton's reporting before we check out the hit piece.
Hey guys, all right, so something new that I've confirmed, there have been polygraph tests that have been used in the Nancy Guthrie case to clear people in the case. I just confirmed that. Polygraph tests, of course, are lie detector tests. They are not admissible in a court of law, so they don't stand up in court, but I know from other stories that I've covered and cases that I've covered, they're used pretty frequently by law enforcement behind the scenes. They're used by the FBI, and they can, if they want to clear someone, they can have them take a polygraph test and sort of, clear them that way. If they think that they had nothing to do with it, but they just want to make sure, they can have them take a polygraph test. And I am told that polygraph tests have been used in the Nancy Guthrie investigation and continue to be used. So that's the latest from outside Nancy's house. And I'm trying to think if there's been any other updates. I told you guys about the Mexico situation. FBI is now talking to investigators in Mexico. So I'll let you guys know if anything else develops. All right, see ya. Hey guys.
Okay, so let me get to the next one.
There have been.
Can someone please make a comment, because I'm not sure that it's still working. Let's see. I'm going to keep switching it. Just hold on. Because sometimes it locks. It locked up, I think. What's a picture, not a video? Hold on. Yes, I have seen the picture and I've seen video. I don't know what was going on. Some reason it was locked up and I wasn't able to see the chat. I do apologize. No, the black dog, you read incorrectly. I have been able to verify that the dog, matter of fact, I might be able to pull up a video that tells you. Just hold on. Give me a moment. First, nobody's asked me my theory. I think it's really odd that less than 48 hours after Nancy Guthrie got kidnapped, that all of a sudden certain individuals acquiesced to being live before Congress. Just saying, asking for a friend. I'm looking for the hit piece right now. From Down the Rabbit Hole was the best one I've seen. And then I'll show you the video too and see if y'all can see what I found. Oh, BJ also, from BJ Investigates and that surprise witness, Nancy was, her estate and her money were in a trust, a revocable trust. Let's see. I'm looking for Down the Rabbit Hole news right quick. Just give me a moment, you guys. Shouldn't take too long. Let's see. It should be somewhere. Right here we go. It'll take me longer to find the black dog thing. Let me show you a scene. I don't know if this is the hit piece one or not. Let me go to her channel. Because I swear. Nope, this is it. I'm going to show you where Down the Rabbit Hole News was showing us. And I was right. It's Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet. JLR. Jimmy from Dolly Vision. And somebody named Mark the Shark. Okay. There was a hit piece done. Let's look at it right here. I want to show you. And I'll do the next video as well, you guys. Give me just a moment. Here's Down the Whole News.
Shout out
Y'all
to
go
everybody.
sub her
Y'all,
up if you're not a
my
sub.
voice isn't out. I'm trying to preserve it. It's not going to be a long live because I got some
Hopefully
tea
she
here.
won't
I'm
strike
going to
me.
drink our tea
I just
after
want y'all to
this,
see
so I
the
can go to
hit
bed and
piece.
save my voice so that we can do a live tomorrow. Welcome, welcome. Kiss 315 gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Kiss, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you, love. I'm trying to finish my coffee and then I'm going to drink my tea later on, so that it's there. But thank you guys. I'm trying to finish my coffee and then I'm going to drink my tea
And
later.
just so you know, I'm not the only creator that drops links. I'm not the only creator that asks for donations and subscriptions and memberships. Every creator does. They send us to Creator College, and just like True Crime with Strategic Eyes, he's a current working detective, so I guess he's a liar too. Because he says the same thing, that YouTube tells us, please hit that thumbs up, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that link. They tell us to tell y'all that. They tell us that. He tells that repeatedly. You good, Carrie? Welcome, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Okay, I want to show y'all this hit piece. She's going to talk about it. Y'all go over to Down the Rabbit Hole. The name of the video is Nancy Guthrie in Mexico, ? Alleged purchase and lie detector, Savannah Guthrie, Google search clues. She talks about all the things that I've talked about, but she got this hit piece. And it's authorities want YouTube streamers outside Guthrie home to leave. And I can't tell who is the person that created it. I think it's from News Nation, but don't quote me on that one. It is a huge hit piece on these 4 creators specifically, but on all YouTubers. And you know what's funny? Don Lemon used to work for CNN. He's a YouTuber now. Ashley, she used to work for News Nation and MSNBC and Law and Crime. She's a YouTuber now. And Brian wasn't he freelance and a YouTuber for a long time? And now he's throwing shade at YouTube? Just saying. Asking for a friend. Here we go.
Later on, so that it's. Thank you guys. Y'all are amazing. I didn't even know what they were. These rabbit.
I need a medicine ball.
You're so messy.
We used to have
That's
one.
why. I don't know when you started following me, but I like you. You know I like you. You could tell.
Okay, let's skip forward.
No, so you really are a guy. Okay. But anyways, shout out to everybody. I hope you guys are doing great.
Let's get to this.
Streamer outside?
Here we go.
The chat. There you go. That's why I love it, because it puts me to sleep. I'd be like, all right, wake me up tomorrow.
Oh, tequila, I don't drink.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Don't send me no alcohol.
Let's get it together.
Inside edition. The kind of like the Jerry Springer of legacy media. But here you go.
Okay. Now I know the 3 of the 4 that are in this box, right? I'm aware of the 3 of the 4. Okay. I say that I may not always be a fan of some of these individuals. Well, I mean, I like Andy. You guys know I pretty cool dude. I like Andy. I've never had any issues with Andy or anything like that. So shout out to him. But I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I know people like y'all support whoever you want to. I'm not a fan of Dolly. That's okay. JLR is a hit or miss for me. Sometimes he does some stupid shit.
I'm gonna go past that. I want y'all to see that what the legacy media is saying.
The shark. Is that his name? Is he the one that was sending me? Yes, it is. Who is it, Joe? Because people are.
Snippet of information becomes major breaking news. Streamed.
Oh God, battery saver.
Anyways,
okay,
so
hold on.
Him. Okay, but there is a Mark the Shark. Got it. The one that me.
Sorry, y'all. I got booted out.
He's out there.
We're gonna hear
that. The one that was sending me. Yes, it is.
Okay, we're gonna hear this real quick, and I'm gonna have to get off of here because I am actually my battery's about to die. And it knocked me off when it came to tell me. I'm trying to put battery saver on. I hope that works. Y'all bear with me. Hopefully my phone won't die before I can get to this.
So he was covering Emmanuel Hados. He's out there. Wow.
I just want y'all to hear.
So he's at a newer channel. Oh. I had never seen his face before. But so that's Rivas and.
Okay. Real quick. Remember I was talking about Dolly vision, and you guys were saying that I was saying that about Dolly and all being lazy. This is where it came from. This is what I was quoting. Hold on.
I don't think this is.
I don't know what that is.
Jimmy,
Going through someone's game.
any snippet of information becomes major breaking news streamed live.
We heard the guy go in, but when he was coming out, he said, I got it. I got it. I don't know what that is.
Jimmy Williams sits in a lawn chair streaming around the clock. In this live stream, he teases shock.
Girl, they said he sits in a lawn chair. Listen, at least JLR is walking around and he's up there standing up. They say he sits in a lawn chair. Lord have mercy. This is some
Just so you know, people do come into her chat and let her know that he just had a heart attack recently. Just want to clarify, because it was saying to me that I was saying derogatory. And what I wanted y'all to know was that I was repeating about this hit piece on these particular YouTubers, and I thought it was shitty. Here's the rest.
hate, y'all. I may not be a fan, but look, that's some hate right.
Enforcement for the surge in conspiracy theory. In chaos at the Guthrie house. So what was the chaos? He got in an argument with Nancy Guthrie's neighbor over where he parked his car.
The only action that's been out here is when the lady called the police on me.
Distractions like that, standing out here in the parking lot and screaming how bad the sheriff is, how does that help this investigation move forward?
Streamer Damien Enderly says his audience is hungry for coverage of the case and blames a lack of information from law enforcement for the surge in conspiracy theories.
Right now, it's kind of spiraled in so many directions, and the sheriff has not had a press conference.
They're actually doing more harm than good right now.
Arizona State Legislator Alma.
Let me tell you something about this lady. She reposted what the local station said on X about it being a botched home invasion and co-signed it. And it was a lie.
Hernandez.
This lady right here is like going ham over here on Twitter. Like, I probably shouldn't have stopped the picture right there, but she's over here going ham at people. I don't know what, like, she's upset. She's upset at everybody. She's upset. And I get it. This is, she's a legislator and everything, but she's an elected official, so people feel some type of way about her. Dude had a heart attack not too long ago. That's why he's sitting down and stuff. Oh, he had a heart. I didn't know he was.
Can I ask to please not direct people to other channels in the middle of my live stream? Thank you.
Heart attack. Gotcha. So that's why he has to sit down and stream. But the thing about, let me tell you why I kind of side-eye. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. And like I said, you guys are allowed to support whoever you want to support. I'm not here to tell you otherwise. When the Quentin Simon case happened, he was out there streaming too with a bunch of people. And they were out there doing the most while they were looking for this baby in the landfill. Take away resources that are needed. Something salacious? Where do people go? YouTube.
Mo is also slamming the streamers and podcasters. He really went.
Both, or you have people that'll make up lies.
I want y'all to see this part.
Both, or you have people that'll make up lies, and you still.
My phone's gonna
she kind
die.
of put her 2 cents in. But listen, okay.
A press conference.
They're actually doing more harm than good right now.
Arizona State Legislator Alma Hernandez has a blunt message for the streamers.
At the end of the day, if they really truly want to be helpful, they should probably go home.
Sloppy influencers and would-be sleuths.
Chris Cuomo is also slamming the streamers and podcasters. He really went after Megyn Kelly for.
Let me ask you something. While he's slamming streamers and podcasters, didn't he lie to all of us about having the fungalitis and not being outside? Didn't he lie for his brother, the mayor, and put him on CNN? Ain't that why he's no longer at CNN? Just ask him for a friend. These people are scared that we're going to take their jobs. We have made them irrelevant. And we have pointed out and shown their lies, their inconsistencies. But we are the ones that get criticized when we are human and make a mistake. Not them. Not them, never. Why? Because it wasn't them doing the research. It wasn't them running the camera. It wasn't them. They just read the script off a teleprompter or a piece of paper. We did the research. We drove to the site and held the camera. I'm just saying. And don't believe it's true. I think she's going to show it. Let's see.
Focusing a lot of attention on Savannah Guthrie's brother-in-law, who has been cleared of any suspicion in the case.
Oh, she doesn't know a damn thing.
Kelly is hitting back.
Nobody watches his show on News Nation, and I mean nobody. And therefore, he gets upset at anybody who does well, like our show, and he gets jealous.
The girls are fighting. Oh my God. Literally, the girls are, I didn't even see that. Look, I am not, y'all know I'm not a fan of Megyn Kelly. I cannot stand the lady at all. Okay, I'm just being really honest with y'all. I don't watch her stuff because I can't stand her. So, but I did not know she came at Cuomo.
You know I love you.
That way. Hold up, let me see. When did this happen? Today? Hold up, let's see. I just can't. I can't, especially with her Epstein rhetoric and her, doesn't really understand the difference between, if there is a difference between a minor, somebody who's 15, and promiscuous versus a 7-year-old, and how she labels children. I'm pretty sure she's got children of her own. So I have a bias against her. I'm just being very honest with you guys. That's how I feel. But hold up, Linda, because I want to see Cuomo. I did not know she came at Cuomo. Oh, but I'm here for it.
I am too. Let's see. Because I was told she shows it. I haven't seen this part, y'all.
I missed it. I don't even know what episode it was because I'm not subscribed to her.
Let me fast forward.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it later on. You said, I'll watch it. Yeah, I like every 3 to 4 hours. So God knows.
Oh, I think she got it.
About the brother-in-law.
These fugazi, sloppy influencers and would-be sleuths.
On his little-known show on News Nation, which has less viewers than I have. Fingers.
Where'd you get that? Bullshit.
Guess where else? On News Nation. All around Fredo. By Elizabeth Vargas, by Jesse Weber, Dan Abrams, who had the show right before Chris Cuomo for years, did a long segment on it with Ashley Banfield.
If there's any crime story out there, she is the person you want to talk to.
It's all over Fox News. Jesse Waters, Sean Hannity, up and down the...
I do agree with that. I may not like the lady, but I do agree with that point. Because where's the information coming from? We said this. Who put out the rant? Banfield. Banfield. I get it. She stepped down. She's no longer in News Nation. She's now on YouTube. I get that. Okay. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that the lady's been a journalist for I don't know how many years. The lady, Brittany from Arizona, who's also working for a network, she put out there that a source.
Here we go.
All these people are putting out here that a source is leaking information. And what are we doing? We're reacting to the information. We're allowed to do that. So I do agree with that point. I may not like Megyn Kelly. I don't. But I do agree with that point. Okay, let's keep going.
Lineup, Laura Ingraham, all of them have discussed whether the brother-in-law had anything to do with it, because in an investigation like this, you don't rule out family because of feelings. Because of your little feelings, Fredo.
Oh, Lord.
You broke my heart.
Don't worry, there's still time, there's hope for you. One day you can grow up.
Oh, God. I ain't seen this. Hold up.
Oh, my God.
I'm watching this with you guys. I'm having a reaction. Let's see what's said. Does she really call him out? Let's see. I want to know.
She came for both. She didn't just come for one. She came for both. She came for the Cuomos. Oh,
Let's
my
see.
God.
I'm waiting.
Oh my
Let
gosh,
it play, Rabbit. Let it play.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Down the rabbit hole. Go
Okay, well,
sub. I love her.
during
Sorry.
COVID, you put your
Way
sister around
back.
there and ran cover for him, and then ultimately it was one of the things that led to your downfall because you didn't report honestly on his many, many problems during COVID or his many, many problems in grabbing women.
I am the love gov. I'm a cool dude in low smooth. You know that.
And perhaps the reason you chose not to do that is because...
Oh, snaps.
What? I'm dying.
One hand down my body to my buttocks.
We had the senior executive producer on this program who talked all about your behavior in a bar with her.
While saying, I can do this to you now that you're no longer my boss.
There was another woman at CNN who came forward against you, who did a whole podcast about the discomfort you made her feel. And then there was another person who came forward who was the last straw before your firing. So you have a long history, I understand, of running cover for family. That's not what we do.
I said that the other day about the distraction.
And we try to glean where the investigation is going. And we especially do that when we have a sheriff who repeatedly, when asked whether anyone has been ruled out, says no.
Nobody's eliminated. I don't believe you eliminated anybody.
Not the family, no one. No one's been ruled out. Everyone remains a suspect until we have somebody in handcuffs. That's the way you do it. And you especially do it that way when the sheriff tows the car belonging to the sister and her husband. You do that when the sheriff and the FBI continuously return to the sister and her husband's home, taking pictures in the middle of the night with the lights off, go back time and time again to search the home and take belongings from the home and take...
Let me say this. I personally believe, based on other missing persons cases that I have watched, researched, and reported on, that the home was the last home other than Nancy's. That's the last place she was known to be before she went missing. That car, they drove her home in that car that they repoed. That they impounded. All that makes sense. If it had been the Uber driver that took her home, it probably would have been his car that they took. That's standard. That's all I wanted to say on that one, okay? Amen on the hindsight.
Take photographs of the home, which is not the crime scene. So this is what a responsible reporter does.
Oh, shit.
What they don't do is stage news. Okay, I need to help you, Fredo. Remember this moment on CNN? We do not pretend that we are watching.
She gonna show it.
He really called him Fredo.
She called him
That is
Fredo.
so
I can't believe
messed
that.
up.
I know,
Wait,
right?
she called him Fredo. Okay, my battery's about to die. I need to change it. She really called him Fredo.
Okay, I gotta fast forward.
Like from The Godfather. Oh my God. Hold up, y'all. I gotta. Let me
take belongings from the home and take photographs of the home, which is not the crime scene. So this is what a responsible reporter does.
I was not. But okay. I mean, I'm here for it. Because like I said, I'm not a fan of the Cuomos. Oh shit.
Let's see.
Let me
Hold
just
on.
get my camera going because this is like
I'm
too
ready.
good.
I don't care for
Nobody
Megyn
told me about
Kelly
this. Why didn't y'all
either.
tell me?
I don't care for Megyn Kelly. I don't
Okay,
care
hold
for
up.
that Laura
One second.
Loomer lady or whatever her name. There's a lot of people I don't care for. It doesn't mean I can't agree with them on occasion. What just happened? Oh, Rabbit lost it. Okay.
All right, sorry, I had to fix my
Here we
camera.
go. Sorry.
It kind of went out. All right, sorry about that. The Godfather reference is killing me, man. But okay, hold up. So let me go back over here.
Take belongings from the home and take photographs of the home, which is not the crime scene. So this is what a responsible reporter does. What they don't do is stage news. Okay, I need to help you, Fredo. Remember this moment on CNN? We do not pretend that we are walking out of the basement, our basement, during COVID, haven't smelled the fresh air in months, when everybody knows you were on the street in an altercation involving your bicycle weeks earlier.
He started getting very agitated very quickly.
And he humiliated himself, and he continues to humiliate himself with his poor viewers. Envy is a very unattractive thing, Fredo. Work on it.
I'm smart and I want respect.
I was not ready. I love this.
So if you don't know, she's saying, comparing him to the Godfather and the brother that didn't get everything, that was envious of the brother that did everything. Oh my Lord. Y'all.
In my opinion, we're all here. We're not going lots and lots of those.
I'll try to be back live later, you guys. I wanted to show you the hit piece and specifically address what was said that I was saying and that it came from me about Dolly. I wanted to let it be known that I'm not the person that was Inside Edition that made those comments, and I'm reporting about it and reacting about it to you guys. The commentary I wanted y'all to mostly hear and understand is when you're using the internet, every keystroke can be tracked. Even if you go and use an internet cafe, even if you go to your friend's house and do that search on their computer, it can still be traced and tracked. Know that. Know that Big Brother is watching. And I personally believe that's how they're going to solve this case. Those of you that think that I don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead. Go on and search for something crazy 3 or 4 times on your computer and watch and see if you don't see Department of Justice or Homeland Security come talking to you. How do you think they know? Type in certain search terms and watch and see how quick you get a visit from the authorities. Real talk. Yep, even on YouTube, even if you delete it. Amen. I am not recovered at all. That's why I've been having to stop, cough, blow my nose, and everything else. That's why I'm still in my PJs. But I just thought this was important and I wanted people to know. Yeah, you never know. I might get a visit. It's a warning to those of you that watch me. Be careful. Because you can use search terms that don't mean nothing.